Hi, I'm Penguin42, aka Taylor, and if you've already read the title, then you already know what I'm talking about. I'm doing TV shows that need to be rebooted. Now, I want to make kind of a disclaimer or whatnot. Last Friday, I had a video show up on this channel of me apologizing about not having the board games thing video stream up, but that was because my laptop decided it didn't want to work, and it wanted to start going back to die. It wanted to start dying, so I wasn't able to do one, and then I procrastinated and stuff. But you can watch that video on the channel, and I explain more detail why. But yeah. So without further ado, let's begin. And by the way, these are my opinions. These are TV shows that I want to see rebooted. You guys might have other TV shows, but yeah, just post them below, like what TV shows you want to see be rebooted. The first one, this one is actually the one that started this list along with another one, which is Supermarket Sweep. But Supermarket Sweep, however, is getting rebooted. It's supposed to air this fall on ABC, which I'm looking forward to because I love Supermarket Sweep. That was a part of my childhood. I used to watch like the reruns of it on TV all the time when I was a kid. Loved it. But this one that I want to talk about is Classic Concentration. You guys may or may not know this show. So it's a show that has Alex Trebek. Sorry, my lights are messed up. It's like been storming and stuff here in Oklahoma. Uh, but so it stars Alex Trebek and as a host, which if you know Alex Trebek, he's the host of Jeopardy. He was also doing Jeopardy, I think, at that time as well. And it's just a show. If you've ever played the game Concentration, that's basically what it is. It's just concentration, but it's just classic concentration. And you gotta match squares that have prizes underneath them. And if you match enough squares, then they reveal parts of a puzzle, and you gotta solve the puzzle in order to get all those prizes. And if you solve the puzzle correctly, then you get to go on and get a chance to win a new car. And they had like I think like 6 or 7 cars up in this on this game that you could possibly win. One of 7 cars. Now there wasn't concentration back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, but that one there was only one car. There were only uh there was only one car that they had. Classic concentration had 7. So you had the chance to win 1 out of 7 cars. And when you got to the part where you could win the 1 of 7 cars that they had, you had to match these. You had to find matches for each uh, car, like match the cars, and then the last match that you make. If you because there's 15 squares and there's one square obviously that's not going to be a match. So if you match all 14 squares, the last match that you make, you win that car. So yeah, and it's really fun game. My oldest niece, she was watching it the other day, and she was watching it. She was watching the where they match for the car, and people were getting these matches wrong. They were picking the wrong ones, and she was picking the right one. She's like, "That's number 5." Like, person picked number 1, and she'd be like, "number 5." So yeah, Classic Concentration is a great show. Needs to come back. Bring back Alex Trebek as host. I know he's got brain can. I know he's got cancer. He's got pancreatic cancer, but I would love to see Classic Concentration come back. Uh, next show on my list. These first 3 are game shows. The other 3 aren't. So this next one is a show that I thought didn't know was like a reboot of it in and of itself, but it is, and that's Split Second. Split Second is a game show where they have where the host will say like say a question, and there will be like 3 answers, and you have to pick part of the answer and answer that answer or whatnot. It's hard to explain. You can look it up on Google, but yeah, you can Google it. But basically, like, the question would be like, Jimmy Stewart is one of the stars of It's a Wonderful Life. Uh, there, here are names of 3 other stars. Tell me if they were in. Pick one and tell me if they were in. Uh, it's Wonderful Life, and and if you got it right, then you got money. And depending on how many people, because there are 3 contestants on there, however many people answered correctly. If in the first round, if all 3 of them answered correctly, then they got $10. 2 people is $20. No, $25. And then if only one person answered correctly, then it was $50. Well, it doubled in round 2, and then in round 3, unlike the first 2 rounds, in round 3, which is the countdown round, you because in the first 2 rounds you can only choose one answer and answer that. In the other rounds, in the countdown round, you can answer all 3 parts of the question or whatnot. And yeah, and then if you get down to 0, then you win and you get a chance to play for the car. So yeah, I would love to see Split Second be brought back. It's a really cool show. It's really, and you gotta really know a lot of trivia. So yeah, this next one is a really old one, but John Ritter was on it. If you guys know John Ritter, you guys are awesome. If you don't know him, you guys need to know him. And he was on a show called The Dating Game. I would love to see The Dating Game come back. It's basically like you have one person who is asking questions to 3 eligible bachelors or bachelorettes, whoever the person that's asking the questions. It's always the opposite gender, and they ask them like, "Oh, on our first date, uh, guy number 1, uh, on our first date, where would you take a? Where would we go on our first date?" And then bachelor number 1 answers, and then she'll ask like bachelor number 2 or bachelor number 3 a different question or whatnot, and then she'll pick which he or she will pick whichever person, whichever number they want to actually go on a date with. And I thought it was a really good show. I loved it. Yeah, so bring back The Dating Game. My next show is one that I want to see back, and I understand that the one of the actors on the show has passed away. But if they can bring back Beverly Hills 90210 when Luke Perry passed away, they can bring back this show. And I'm talking about Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Fresh Prince of Bel Air is one of my favorite comedy shows next to I Love Lucy and another show that I have on my list. And I absolutely love this show. It is so good. And like, I understand that James Avery, who played Uncle Phil, he has passed away. But if they can bring back, like I said, if they can bring back Beverly Hills 90210, even without Luke Perry, because Luke Perry died, then they can bring back Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Granted, Uncle Phil was a huge part of Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and would always make jokes about him, but he also made jokes about Carlton as well. So yeah. And but the thing I loved about Fresh Prince of Bel Air was Uncle Phil throwing Jazz out of the house. That always got me. That always cracked me up. And I love the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. It's one of my favorite TV shows, and it's so good. It's hilarious, and the theme song is iconic. So you gotta give it that. The next show on my list is one that is also another great comedy show, and it's actually a show about nothing. Seinfeld. Any Seinfeld fans out there? You know what I'm. You know that you want to see the show back as much as I do. I want to see the show be rebooted. We kind of got a little bit of a reunion reboot in Larry David's Curb Your Enthusiasm, but that was just one episode. Give us a reboot. Jerry Seinfeld, bring back Julia Louis Dreyfus, bring back uh uh I forgot what his name was. Jason Alexander, and I can't remember who the other dude's name. The guy who plays Creamer, something Michael. I can't remember his name. Post in the comments below what it is because I'm blanking on it. Bring back all of them. I'm pretty sure they would love to do it. Like, I would love to see a Seinfeld reboot because I love Seinfeld, and one of my all-time favorite Seinfeld episode has to be the No Soup for You episode. I mean, I love the contest one too. That one's great. I mean, they're all great, but No Soup for You is my favorite. Excuse me. Because that one was actually kind of based on a true story. Like, I heard a story that, like, Jerry Seinfeld or Larry David, one of the two had new guy in New York, this like restaurant owner or whatnot that was like almost like a soup Nazi, and that's where they got the inspiration to make that episode from this guy. So yeah, I love Seinfeld. Seinfeld needs to come back. It needs to happen. I mean, like I know a lot of people are thinking like, well, don't you want Friends back as well? Friends was a good show. I will say that, but Friends is one of those shows that I watch when there's nothing else on. It's more of those like background shows for me. Seinfeld is like one that I will seek out. I will watch it like over and over again. That's why I wish Peacock had it on. They had it on Peacock because I would binge watch it because I love Seinfeld. My grandma loves Seinfeld, and so does my sister. And I think it's hilarious. I think the show is hilarious, and every episode is different and hilarious. And it's not like One Tree. It's not like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or whatnot, where each episode has like there's a continuation sort of thing happening. No, Seinfeld was completely different. There was like really no continuation. Each episode was different. It didn't follow a continuation thing, whatever you want to call it. But Seinfeld is amazing. My final show, I talked about this show 2 weeks ago, and I want to see this one rebooted because it's my favorite show of all time, One Tree Hill. I would love to see One Tree Hill be rebooted. One Tree Hill is amazing, and I understand Mark Schwann, how he was on set, that you can't really bring it back. Just take Mark Schwann off the project. I know he created the show, and I thank him for doing that, but at least have someone else be a part of it. Have Joe Davola, all the other crew members doing it, but Mark Schwann. Just because I know that if Mark Schwann returned to do it, I know Sophia Bush wouldn't do it. And I know for a fact Hillary Burton would not do it because she didn't return for season 9 in that episode of season 9 where Lucas returned, where Chad Michael Murray returned. She didn't return. So if she wasn't going to return for that, what makes you think she's going to return for a reboot? Yeah, so yeah, just get rid of Mark Schwann. That way we get Hillary Burton back, and we get to see Sophia Bush. We get to see all these great actors and actresses, because One Tree Hill is in my opinion, if you want my honest opinion, One Tree Hill is probably the greatest written show of all time. Has the best writing, and you can hate on me in the comments all you want, but that's my opinion. It is the greatest teen drama of all time. And that is my list. Post in the comments below what reboot you would love to see, and what TV show you'd like to see rebooted. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to that notification bell. And I was going to put ER on this list, but then I thought about it and I was like, no, there's too many like medical dramas out there. There's like the Chicago Med, The Good Doctor, which I love, Grey's Anatomy, which I love. So there's a lot of a lot of medical dramas, so that's why I didn't put it on my list. So I do love ER. ER was a great show. But yeah, and next week I'm gonna be doing a tribute to the Undertaker, so look forward to that because I know he just recently retired and he's my favorite wrestler of all time. So I gotta send some thank yous out to him and do a tribute to him. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to that notification bell. Bye.